Have you ever noticed how some women walk into a room and everything shifts? Not because they're the youngest or loudest, but because they possess something deeper. Carl Jung called it individuation, the process of becoming who you truly are. Today, I'll reveal the 6 silent habits that make mature women absolutely irresistible. This isn't about playing games or manipulation. This is about the magnetic power that comes from psychological wholeness. Society tells us that youth equals attraction, but Jung understood something profound. True magnetism comes from psychological maturity. When a woman stops performing for approval and starts embodying her authentic self, she becomes irresistible, not despite her maturity, but because of it. Let's explore what makes these women so captivating. The first habit, she's genuinely comfortable with solitude. Jung said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." A mature woman doesn't fear being alone because she's cultivated a rich inner world. She doesn't need constant validation or entertainment. This self-sufficiency is magnetic because it signals emotional strength and depth. Habit number 2, she's mastered emotional regulation. Instead of reacting impulsively, she responds thoughtfully. Carl Jung emphasized the importance of integrating our shadow, the parts of ourselves we'd rather deny. A mature woman has done this inner work. She doesn't explode in anger or collapse in tears over minor setbacks. This emotional stability is deeply attractive. The third habit, she sets authentic boundaries without guilt. Young women often say yes to everything, desperate to be liked. But a mature woman knows her worth. She says no gracefully but firmly. She doesn't over-explain or apologize for her boundaries. This selective availability makes her time and attention precious, and therefore irresistible. Habit 4. She maintains genuine intellectual curiosity. While others might be scrolling mindlessly, she's reading, learning, growing. Jung believed that the psyche naturally seeks growth and expansion. A mature woman embodies this principle. She asks thoughtful questions, shares interesting insights, and brings depth to conversations. Intelligence is eternally attractive. The 5th habit is the most powerful. She's embraced her shadow. Jung taught that what we resist persists. A mature woman has acknowledged her flaws, her past mistakes, her imperfections. Instead of hiding them, she's integrated them into her wholeness. This radical self-acceptance creates an aura of authenticity that's absolutely magnetic. Finally, habit 6. She lives by her own values, not society's expectations. She's stopped performing roles that don't fit her soul, whether single or partnered, successful or struggling. She remains true to her core beliefs. Jung called this authentic being. She's not trying to impress anyone. She's simply being herself. And paradoxically, this makes her irresistible. These 6 habits don't develop overnight. They emerge from what Jung called the individuation process, the journey of becoming psychologically whole. It often begins with life challenges, heartbreak, loss, failure. But instead of breaking her, these experiences forge her into something stronger, wiser, more beautiful. What makes these habits so irresistible? It's not manipulation or strategy. It's the rare beauty of encountering someone who is genuinely themselves. In a world full of performance and pretense, authenticity stands out like a beacon. People are drawn to what's real, what's substantial, what has depth. Young women often rely on external validation, how they look, who approves of them, what others think. But mature women have shifted their source of worth internal. They've learned that the most attractive quality isn't perfection, it's wholeness. They've stopped trying to be everything to everyone and started being something real to themselves. These women possess what I call presence. They're fully inhabiting their lives instead of performing them. When she speaks, people listen. When she enters a room, the energy shifts. This isn't about being loud or demanding attention. It's about the magnetic pull of someone who is psychologically integrated. Jung believed that the goal of life is individuation, becoming who you were meant to be, not who others expect you to be. These 6 habits are markers of this journey. They signal that a woman has done the deep work of understanding herself, accepting herself, and choosing to live authentically. In a culture obsessed with youth and external beauty, these women represent something revolutionary: the beauty of psychological maturity. They've transcended the need to compete or compare. They've found something more valuable than temporary attraction. They've found lasting magnetism rooted in depth and authenticity. This is the silent revolution Jung predicted. Women who refuse to diminish themselves for others' comfort. They're not angry or bitter about aging. They're grateful for the wisdom it brings. They understand that true attractiveness isn't about being desired by everyone, but about being authentically magnetic to those who matter. If these habits resonate with you, know that it's never too late to begin your own individuation journey. Start by cultivating solitude without loneliness. Practice emotional regulation instead of emotional reactivity. Set boundaries that honor your true self. Embrace curiosity over complacency. Jung taught that wholeness is more beautiful than perfection. A mature woman embodies this truth. She's not trying to be flawless, she's trying to be complete. She's integrated her light and shadow, her strengths and vulnerabilities, into something uniquely beautiful and undeniably magnetic. Here's the silent truth. The most irresistible women aren't those trying to be irresistible. They're women who have found themselves and chosen to honor that discovery. They've stopped performing youth and started embodying wisdom. They've traded external validation for internal knowing. These women are creating a new narrative about what it means to age gracefully, not by desperately clinging to youth, but by embracing the unique beauty that comes with psychological maturity. They're proving that the most attractive thing about a woman isn't her age, it's her authenticity. Which of these 6 habits speaks to you most? Are you ready to embrace the revolutionary act of being genuinely yourself? Remember, true magnetism isn't about attracting everyone. It's about attracting the right connections while repelling the wrong ones. If this message resonated with your soul, share it with other women who are ready to embrace their mature magnetism. Like this video, subscribe for more content that honors the depth of your journey, and let me know in the comments, which habit will you start developing today? Because the world needs more women who are brave enough to be irresistibly authentic.